This is your land of milk and honey. The Nine of Pentacles is a very abundant energy, and this does not just have to be money, although it very well could be. I'm getting that for a lot of people, but this would be something that you've already been working on, working towards. I'm also getting a message coming through with this card about becoming something more than even you thought you could be. These cards are so funny. Like, look how big they are compared to the regulars. So I'm getting that message here, and when I picked that other deck up, the Five of Swords fell out. The Sun and the Ten of Pentacles are on the bottom of that deck with the Empress. Oh my God. So this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing you growing this plentiful harvest. Could even just be your own character. Like, you are a trustworthy person. You keep your word. You could even be working like on your body, like your home. You could be getting excited for the new season. This can be very simple, guys. I'm seeing somebody, and this is so Gilmore Girls, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm from Connecticut, so maybe this isn't everybody's scene, but it's something like this. The falling leaves, the crisp autumn air. You hear people walking down the sidewalk and their boots are like crunching on the leaves. And I'm seeing a woman just sitting in her car and rolling down the window ever so slightly. And that crisp autumn air is hitting her on the cheek, and she's taking a sip of coffee or chai latte or something like that. And it's this moment of just everything feeling so peaceful, like everything feels right in the world. And that is so simple. I am seeing her in a nice car, though. I will say it is a luxury vehicle with the Nine of Pentacles. You guys are the luxury vehicle, though. That's really what this is. I've been listening to Eckhart Tolle a lot lately. Spirit highlighted that book to me, The Power of Now, that I read a few years ago at one of the most transformational times of my life, back when I was in my apartment and I had left my Christian ministry. They had brought me along the path of Eckhart Tolle, and I started really studying his work and implementing his practice. Basically, his whole shtick is the power of now, which is a conscious mind. I was listening to him this morning when I was getting ready, and he was talking about unconsciousness is not just being asleep. Unconsciousness in a spiritual context is being caught in a constant loop of thought, in a constant stream of thought, like a flowing river, and then going along with all of the emotions that come up with that and our perception of the world. He said that is what being unconscious is that there are no breaks or gaps in that constant stream of thinking. True wisdom sits between the gaps. And that's what that imagery was that I was seeing with that woman sitting and just taking a sip of her coffee, looking out at the beautiful day, admiring the leaves as they're falling from the trees. I'm even seeing her like pressing for an audiobook to come on in her car, like while she's sitting there, maybe before she goes to work. Very, very simple. And you don't need money to do that. I mean, maybe you need like $8 because you know it costs about $8 now to get yourself a coffee. Maybe bring it from home. I don't know, guys. We can make. This is me. This is what I've done when I've had nothing and when I've had more than I have now. Empress mindset with the Sun and the Ten of Pentacles. This is the mindset of even when I don't have everything I wish I had, I actually have more. because I can make more out of nothing. I can make something out of nothing. Okay, maybe I don't have the $8 right now. I'm going to figure out how to make like a cute pumpkin spice latte from home or whatever you guys like to drink. I don't know. It's fall, so whatever. I feel people are like, I don't like pumpkin spice. Okay, guys, you don't have to get pumpkin spice. It's fine. Part of that is because of the conditioned thinking and how much people memed that. I feel like this cringe culture thing, and this ties into my message. It's like maybe you actually like pumpkin spice lattes, but since people made so much fun of it and called you a basic bitch for it, or at least the internet did through memeing it, maybe you're like, okay, I don't like pumpkin spice anymore. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, whatever. Don't listen to people. Focus on yourself. The power of now, calming the mind down, sitting between the gaps of thought is what makes you wise and abundant. If you run your mind into the ground, you'll have nothing. I don't care how much money you have. You'll feel like you're begging for money on the side of the road. Even if you have all this, it's like the sun just doesn't seem so bright today, and it could be shining right on your cheek. Now, another thing I'm seeing, this message is talking about that this is your land of milk and honey. For some people, it's a mindset. And that mindset abso-fucking-lutely will turn into money. It will turn into prosperity of every kind. It will turn into physical prosperity. You'll start feeling like, wow, I want to kind of like maybe drink some green juice or go to the gym, or, you know, I want to take more care of myself. You know, like maybe you want to change your hair color or get your nails done. It doesn't have to be vanity based. But with the Empress, this is what I find with Empress energy, even if you're a man. It has this quality of taking something and just making it more and more and more and more, like more beautiful. It's kind of like tinkering with something. Like say you're somebody that fixes up cars. Like I love this. I've known people before that do this sort of stuff. Like I love taking something and making it beautiful. I was also into like flipping houses back in the day because my parents were really into that. But anyways, I like makeovers and stuff too because I like to see something turn into something else. Right? But it's just accentuating the beauty therein. It's not changing anything. It's not even making something better. It's just bringing out what's already there. So I'm seeing a guy in a garage here with black grease all over his hands, and I'm hearing him like blasting music in the background, and it looks like vintage cars that he works on here. And this could be you. This could be somebody that I'm actually picking up on. But I am seeing a masculine archetype here of someone that is able to refurbish old vehicles and then sell them at a higher price. Now, this could also be an analogy. Like you could be somebody that people come to you all banged up, you know, like you could be, I'm seeing the Hierophant. You could be somebody who's like a counselor. You could be somebody that, and it doesn't even have to be professionally, guys. This could be like people come to you with problems, or like I'm seeing you talking kind of in hushed tones to a friend and kind of helping them through like a relationship issue, but this is what I'm seeing. You have some sort of a gift. And it's almost as if it's not being fully utilized. And that's what this 9 of Pentacles to Empress energy is with the 10 of Pentacles. You right now, as you stand, are a 9 of Pentacles. Male, female, non-binary, however you identify. This is your land of milk and honey. You're already here. And that's what I was trying to explain before about the power of now and prosperity thinking and making something more than what it is. Like right now on my counter out in the kitchen, I have these gorgeous pink roses. And when I first cut them and put them and arranged them in the vase, they looked a little bit like gnarled up. But as the plant food fed these flowers and as they sat on my counter, it looked like they started to heal. That happens to me. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I lay my hands on the flowers like that and I just like touch the flowers. I actually feel like the flowers feed into me. I feel like a purity comes out of flowers, especially roses. I have a whole like half sleeve of roses. I love roses. And I've seen these roses like open up like this over the past few days and just become the most beautiful roses. They look like they cost me $60 from some like boutique. I got them from Walmart. And half the time Walmart has terrible flowers. Like, no offense, but it's like, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to like make this practical and real. You can make something that cost you $7, you can make it look like it cost you $70. It's just a mindset, guys. Like, you can go to a thrift store and buy an old frame for $2 and get like a beautiful print from like an Etsy seller for $15 and then put it in that frame. It looks like a $600 painting. You spent like $40. It's a way of viewing life. And I would argue that it's not something that has to be taught. It's something that it's kind of like a child mindset. Like, this kid is just having a great day. Like, there's flowers in the background. It's like the flowers are singing. Sometimes I feel like there's music notes that just come off these flowers. It kind of looks like like Teletubbies or something like that, doesn't it? Like, the sun is just shining down on this kid. And this horse always reminds me of a merry-go-round. It kind of looks like a fair or something. Like, it looks like this kid would have cotton candy in his hand. And it's so simple. You already are in the promised land. You already are. Even if you are living out of your car, dude, you are in your promised land. You are in your land of milk and honey, because it's all about this. It's not about money. It's about your mind, because you could be given $10 million right now. What are you going to do with it? I mean, some of you are wise. You would know to invest it, or you'd start a company, or you would buy a home and have an asset, whatever. I'm just saying, there is an art and there is a skill in having a pruned mind. With that Five of Swords before, where did it go? Here it is, over here. This Five of Swords, I was getting the word pruning. We have all of this big, bright, yellow, sunny, prosperous energy here. And prosperity is not just money. It's mindset, it's body, it's health. Because if you have $25 million and your health is declining, what is that going to do for you? You don't need money. You need some sort of medical advancement that heals you of an incurable disease. Like, this sort of stuff is what can heal somebody of an incurable disease. It's not just what meets the eye. It's not just 3D world. This is supernatural, high-level, alien technology that you are tapping into when you are connecting with this sort of a mindset. That's why Eckhart Tolle, he seems kind of like an alien. Like, if you listen to him talk, and I love Eckhart. I'm just saying, he has a strangeness to him. He seems like he doesn't belong here. Like, he seems kind of like a kid or something, doesn't he? That's this. But what I was seeing with this is that you could have kind of a false sense of who you are because of the way that these people have mirrored to you something within themselves. Like they hate themselves. They cut themselves down when they look in the mirror. They don't like their bodies. They feel like they don't have enough money. They feel like they can't get a partner that is actually genuinely interested in them. Like they feel like their car looks like shit, or it's an analogy, their car, their body, it's not doing well. Like I'm seeing a car going down the street and it's like the exhaust pipe is falling out. The whole thing is shaking. It smells like fumes. It's like, that's not your problem that someone didn't take their car to the mechanic. They have not gotten an oil change in God knows how long. Their car is like about to blow up. That's how I'm seeing this. So these people, of course, when they're seeing you standing here, this is how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing you sitting on the outside of an apartment. Like you're sitting on the steps outside of possibly your apartment. And you're just enjoying yourself. I'm possibly seeing I'm seeing some sort of sketch pad or something. I'm seeing like, yeah, because there's like paint on the person's hands. So you could be somebody who's like an artist, or you just have like an artistic way of thinking. You're just enjoying your morning, like possibly even like waiting for your child to get on the bus. Like I'm seeing you sitting outside. And I'm seeing somebody fuming because this area that I'm seeing, it looks like low income housing. And I'm not trying to like call you guys out. I'm saying you know, I've been in all sorts of different financial situations, right? And I feel like the person I'm seeing here would be like, I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for my life. That's this. It's like you have everything. You have it all. And I'm seeing somebody hating that you're just okay with that. They wish they could be like you. They're jealous and envious of you. So they kind of want to come over and disrupt that piece. Right? Or this is just an analogy. Like this is the energy in the world. When there's an energy like this, especially when it doesn't logically make sense, like maybe you don't have all the money you wish you had. Maybe you need to take the bus, or whatever this is, guys. It doesn't have to be money, but it's like there's a discrepancy here between what you are currently and what you wish you had, and yet you still are grateful, and that's what makes you great. You're great because you're grateful. And so there's always going to be energy that tries to break that down and come and say, yeah, but you don't have this, and you don't have that, and you don't have this, and you don't have that. And if we're not careful, that can begin to feed our minds with this nasty, gnarled energy. I'm seeing all of these vines coming and like choking out your plants, your grapes back here. But if you just snip those right away, and I would suggest it, you eventually, in this land of milk and honey that you currently are today, not some distant, far off in the future, magical, mystical, someday, hopefully soon, the person you are today, the place you are today is the Nine of Pentacles. You will eventually be here. You will eventually have more than you have because you will be given more. Gratitude is that openness. Gratitude lies within the gaps, right? It is a mindset. It is a mindset. And for some here, you have a person that wants to commit to you, that is coming towards you. We have Cancer and Taurus here with fire, and Leo. So let's get into this, guys. I just wanted to open with that message because this message was so heavy on me yesterday. I pulled these cards, and the message that I got, like, in my, like, I use this deck in my morning spread for myself just to kind of like commune with my guides and see what's going on. High Priestess. And this message that I got for me was like something totally, it was totally practical. It was just like about my business and stuff like that. But as it was a weird experience, I was standing waiting for my water to heat up for my tea yesterday, and there was a little bit of light left coming through my kitchen window. And I was holding my lapis, the blue stones that you've seen me have before. I don't have them with me here. They're out there, but they look just like this color. They're so beautiful. I love lapis lazuli. And I was just moving myself closer and closer into the sun. And I was holding those crystals in my hands like this in the sunlight to kind of like let the sun charge them while I was waiting for my water to boil. And as I was looking down at my hands and the sun shimmering off the gold flecks inside of that lapis stone, the download came in for this message, and I heard the words, "The land of milk and honey. This is your land of milk and honey." And it was in the simplest moment. I could have been standing in the middle of a dump. Like, I could have been standing somewhere surrounded by trash, holding those same stones with the sun shining down on my hands, and had the same experience. There could have been someone screaming at me while I was zoning out from that and looking down at my hands as it was shimmering in the sun. That moment, that simple moment that could have happened anywhere in the world, with any person around, with any amount of money or lack thereof, that was what Spirit said is the land of milk and honey. It's that peace that surpasses human understanding, that guards our hearts and minds. It guards us. It's like guards standing outside of your castle doors, because you preserve yourself with gratitude, with reverence of a simple moment. That is what attracts to you everything that the universe believes you deserve, right? Because even if you struggle from time to time with self-worth, or, you know, I wish I was more, I wish I had more. We all have ego, guys, right? We live in a world where those things are praised, those things are expected, and if you don't have them, someone will be sure to come in and tell you that you don't, right? But that's how we surpass all of that negativity, is by being like a child and taking, I'm talking a minute, like 60 seconds. It couldn't even have been 60 seconds that I was standing there. So let's get some cards. Because this is a revelation of the mind with the King of Swords and the Judgment card. This is a mental awakening, which I believe is different than a spiritual one. This is a certain awakening of the mind, that your mind actually is conscious. It's kind of freaky. It's like when you start looking at yourself like you are aware of yourself, everything starts to like, you're aware of your breathing and you're aware of being aware. awakening to the fact that your mind is a controllable thing, that it is not just running out of control like a wildfire, that you can actually tame it, that you can actually take that energy and point it in a direction for certain manifestations, that you can use even negative things and transmute them into power. Like that is a true revelation. And I know that we talk about that stuff a lot in the spiritual communities, but I feel like half the time people are so busy and like, everybody has stuff that they're dealing with, and people are wounded from past situations. And even if we have the best intentions, like we want to be more spiritual, it's challenging to keep that vibration when there's so much going on around us. So this is an actual thing, guys. It is truly an awakening of the human mind with the King of Swords. Like, this is something that we need to choose and ask for. Like, I would just ask the universe for this mental awakening so that your mind can be more conscious, and ask your higher power to help you to remember to take those moments between the gaps of the day, like, and sit in the gaps, sit in that cleft of the rock, sit there and let that sun shine on your skin. And just take a moment to breathe and acknowledge and feel and think about what you want to think about. You know what I mean? And I know people argue that meditation, there is no thought there. I would say true meditation is an allowance of silence of the mind, that you let the thoughts just pass by you like clouds in the sky, or just like cars passing you by. Like if you live in the city and you're just watching the cars pass and you're hearing the sounds of the people walking on the sidewalk, and just allowing yourself to kind of move in with that energy and move with that energy and just kind of sink into that. That to me is true meditation, because it rests your mind and it rests your soul. It brings down the inflammation of the mind and the brain and the body. But something else, once we're in that state and we're calmed down and we are able to think clearly and we're not in our pain body, our emotional body, like we are grounded in reality with the Nine of Pentacles and we're at peace, I would argue that the second step of good meditation is to move into that manifestation phase from that place of a grounded nature. And this is where you can begin to scribble things down. This is where you can begin to come up with plans or meditations that you can work with the moons to bring to pass, or work seasonally, or with the eclipses to release things, etc. But trying to come up with manifestations and plans and how am I going to fix my life in this state, I feel like it almost does a little bit more harm than good, because then it turns into like, oh, I wish I was these things and I'm not. I'm such an idiot. I can't do this and I'm not enough and I wish I had and I wish I was ripped and just like all that stuff, right? I would say before anything else in the entire world, before taking those classes on improvement and this is how you build a successful business, or this is how, I'm getting like a chemical smell in my nose. I feel like I'm back in that guy's garage, the mechanic guy. And it could be an analogy, like fixing cars, right? But I'm smelling that kind of chemical smell. It's like, it's not about all these like self-help and blah, blah, blah. I'm saying it like that because if you're in this state, all you're gonna do is feel like a freaking schmuck for not measuring up to all the things you're listening to. My opinion. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. Okay. And second thing I would say is this. To first come into the most simple thing you can possibly do in the entire world. Well, is it? I don't know. Is to come into a place of awareness. And from that place of awareness, and I mean, it's like the most simple thing. It's not, but it doesn't have, you don't have to get like good at it. This is literally like, let's try it right now. That's about it, right? And the longer you're able to do that, once you ground yourself down, because it is going to take a while, especially if you're honk honk. Hello, everybody. This is my disclaimer. This is TW, the trigger warning clown here, just letting you know I'm not a doctor, but if you have gone through a lot of things that make you feel like your body is in a state of fight or flight, or even if it's not trauma, guys, and it's just busy with the Two of Pentacles, like you have a bunch of stuff to do. You have to pick up the kids at school. You have like some sort of crazy like husband or something that's super controlling and is talking your ear off and is trying to like control you and tell you what to do, and you can't go out with your friends, and that was going to be your only like reprieve of the night. So you sneak out, and then they're texting you and you're getting into an argument with them, but you still love them, and your friends are like, leave that bozo, and it's just like a whole thing, right? When we're in a state like that, there isn't really, my opinion, much that can be done from that place, right? And it's better than nothing. Like, even if you are in this state, like, put on something in the background, like passive listening. Like, this would be my recommendation if you feel like you literally cannot do what I'm describing here. If there's everything in you that literally you cannot settle down, you cannot focus, I would suggest taking like conscious baby steps in that direction, even if it takes you 3 weeks building up to it. Look, like, edge yourself, edge your brain. Right? If that's the only language that we can use for that, then use that. Like, start here. Put on like Eckhart Tolle in the background. Just let it play. Even if you feel like you're ignoring it, the presence of that content is near, right? Put an inspirational book by your bed. Even if you don't read it, your mind is going to see it and register that it exists. I would just keep doing shit like that until eventually it's like ding, ding, ding. You know what I mean? Like, you have a moment of, today is the day that something that you overheard in passing while you're not paying attention is getting into your brain, and you're actually settling down and settling into something to where you can begin a meditation practice. And meditation practice sounds so official, doesn't it? Doesn't have to be. I would actually say don't make it official, because that's going to psych you out if you're having issues with it, right? Make it as low key as possible. Ghost the situation, avoid it with every amount of avoidance in you. Let yourself feel that way. Let yourself throw a tantrum. Let yourself feel like, I don't care about this, nothing works. Let yourself get upset. Let yourself get angry, because that process, that is part of it. That's all part of it. You're doing it. you're doing it when you're doing that, when you're getting pissed, when you're getting upset, when you're saying nothing's helping me. You're only getting to that thought because your original thought was that you wanted that. Right? That is throwing a wrench in the consistent cycle of unconsciousness. And lots of people here are not unconscious. You guys wouldn't be watching this if you were. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I struggle with this stuff all the time. So. All right. Hello and welcome back to the Metamystic Show. It's Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. Thanks for being here, everybody. This is a collective, timeless reading. We're going to get 3 cards and see what Spirit wants you to know about this land of milk and honey. Because the beginning of this message was more conceptual, right? Spiritual, thinking about the concepts that lead us to the physical, tangible 3D world results of this sort of a mental practice. It's not just like, oh, okay, what? I'm just going to like meditate every day and that's it. No, guys, that the meditation is what leads you to the money, what leads you to the partner that you want, what leads you to the business that you're trying to build, what leads you to the awesome like new car or moving somewhere that you want to move, what leads you to a career that is a much better fit for you, which also leads you away from toxic things, negative things, things that continue to hurt you. Even if you're not fully aware of it. I'm seeing something about like a food allergy, like, and it could be an analogy, but it might not be, and I'm not a doctor, right? But with the 10 of Swords, this is like, I'm seeing it as cutting something out of your proverbial diet, and all of a sudden that like cures. I'm hearing something about like gluten or something, guys. Or it could even be like drinking more water with the Ace of Cups. Like, it sounds wild, but I drink a lot of water. Boom. I made this cup just so I could. Just so I could have a bigger cup to drink from. Simply drinking more water is what can do it. Yeah, we have the Devil. And you might even find yourself having a desire to stop drinking or stop like doom scrolling as much or going to bed earlier. I'm getting like, so you're not so tired in the morning, like balancing things out. Super practical, I know, guys, but that can literally be the difference between you feeling like shit and you being grateful for the life that you lead, even if you don't have everything you want right now. Eventually you will. If you stay in that high vibration, you will have the things you want. Mark my words. Mark my words. I'm sure of it. I've seen it happen for me so many times. And of course, I'm not where I want to be, right? But I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for who I am, for what I've overcome, for what I have, for what I've lost even, because it led me here. 3 cards for the collective. The Lovers. Some of you are looking for love. Others are looking for a pathway, like an opening. Look out for 6s. They're going to be showing you 6s. And we have the 7 right here at the bottom with the Chariot. Some of you are wanting to like move or change like jobs or change locations. Or you just want like movement in your life. Maybe you're bored. Like maybe you need more excitement. Like 1, 2, and 3. This sort of stuff I'm talking about today, this is what causes the movement. Because it becomes a movement within you. You start your own damn movement within your own cells of your own body. Yeah. There's those cards again. Feeling like burnt out, like overworked, underpaid for some of you. You could even be wanting to leave a situation that makes you feel like that, but you haven't known how with the Two of Swords. And you've been there for a long time with the Knight of Pentacles. And you're like, all I can do is just wake up and just keep doing this shit again and again until I somehow magically figure out some sort of a plan that I don't currently know about. Yeah, you're going to get a message from your higher power with the Page of Pentacles on how to make some sort of a move. But this is the counterintuitive nature of this sort of a manifestation is first coming into that reality that you already are currently in a land of milk and honey. Yeah, but I hate this job and I hate this apartment and I hate this person I'm with. Whatever, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is for everybody here. See, that's the secret. I'm going to save you like 40 hours of studying a bunch of shit, like a bunch of spiritual gurus and stuff. This is it. This is all it's ever going to be. It's gratitude. It's present thinking. It is being aware and awake. And even when you don't have the things you want to have, you find things that you are happy to have. Like you're alive, for example. You have hands. You can breathe. Some people can't breathe right now. Some people are on a ventilator. Some people got their hand blown off or like crushed in a machine at work and now they only have one hand. Like, and it's not about always comparing to something negative in order to find positive in what we have and what other people don't have. I don't find that that's always the best solution to gratitude. But if you literally cannot find one thing to be grateful for, unfortunately, comparison is what works for the human egoic mind. It's for us to be like, well, at least I have this or at least I have that. But I feel like a higher vibrational version of that is it's not even to be grateful first and foremost. It's first get yourself to the land of milk and honey. How do you get there? Through breathing, through slowing down, through allowing those thoughts just to pass you by. They're very loud, they're angry, they're yelling at you, they're telling you all the things you have to do, they're telling you can't settle down for 1 second, you have this on the stove, the baby's crying, you have to go to work in 5 minutes, like some toxic person's texting you and telling you all the things that you're not and they're not happy in the relationship, whatever. The most important possible thing on your list today: get to the land of milk and honey. And how do you get there? Through silence, through conscious awareness, through grounding yourself into reality, getting out of your mind and into your body and into awareness of your surroundings. When you are in that space, and I would argue only then, that's when we are able to see clearly what we even have to be grateful for. How the hell can you be grateful when you're in a state like this, like we talked about? Because we have the same cards here that we had in the big deck, and they're literally mirrored. Isn't that crazy? Because everything's mirrored. Like the thoughts that are in your head will mirror outside of you in your reality. I'm not saying avoid your responsibilities and just be like, peace out, like I'm out of here, like people have responsibilities in life. I'm very responsible, actually to a fault. So I understand, guys. Like, I understand not wanting to, like, let people down and stuff, but they can wait 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is that important that they cannot wait 5 minutes. You know what I mean? And eventually it won't be so dire. Like, after you do this for a while, it will become a higher priority to make a little time in your day to get to this place of land of milk and honey. When you are there, that's when you can write down notes and manifestations like we talked about. But how the hell can you even get there to the solution? You're not going to get to the solution until you first come into the room where the solutions will be birthed. It's just the world's gonna keep spinning. The day is gonna get busier and busier and busier. The traffic's gonna get worse. Every light's gonna be red. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a lower vibration. It's an unconscious, and I'm not being offensive, guys. I'm not saying we're unconscious here. I'm saying you and me both, if that applies to you, right? We get busy with the Two of Pentacles. We're burnt out with the Nine of Wands. There's a lot of shit to do. Some of us are going through battles every day with other people or jobs we hate and stuff. So it's a challenge to do the simplest possible thing, which is to slow down the mind for like 5 minutes. To get to a place where you're actually grounded in your physical reality, in your body. You feel your hands. Oh, I have hands. I forgot I had hands. I forgot I had hair. I forgot I had a body. I forgot I like need to drink water. I haven't drank water all day. That's like being awake and aware and conscious of just the basic reality of life. If we can't get there, you want to operate a vehicle when you're like under the influence of all this. How the hell are you going to drive a car like that? You can't even see through the windshield. It's like, I can't even see. I can't think. I can't move. You're not going anywhere. And that's why the manifestations aren't coming, because the universe is not going to allow that. It's actually kind of dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, aside also from just universal law, it's just not going to work because you're not being aware of what's happening, right? So here's the awakening once again, and it's a mental one. Card number 1, the Knight of Cups. For some of you, I feel like as you start this sort of practice, like kind of becoming more in your body and in your own frame and just being like grateful for your life, even though it's not perfect, I feel like if you're looking for love, someone will just be coming towards you. Or this is like nice words or nice actions, or all the lights are green. Like every light is green on the way to work. They used to all be red. Now they're all green. Now all of a sudden, instead of feeling like I have so much to do on my plate and on my to-do list, it kind of just feels like a well-oiled machine. It's like this thing got lubed up all of a sudden, and now everything's just flowing. Everything kind of just works together. Things are just kind of easy. Everybody shows up on time, you know. It's like all of a sudden, things just start working and moving together because you have created that universe for yourself. And when you have that universe inside of you, boom, it's mirrored in the outside world. Problem people will just start falling out of your life. Like crazy situations will just resolve themselves. You're thirsty, someone will bring you a cup of water. It's literally that real, guys. Card number 2, we have the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like the law of reciprocity. But it's reciprocity within your own system. That's what I was talking about with the, like, things just kind of start to work together and move together. It's like things just kind of balance out. It's like you come into the kitchen and the baby's not crying anymore. It's like, oh, maybe your like crazy toxic partner suddenly isn't toxic tonight and they like fed the baby and everything's nice in the house. And the land of milk and honey thing, it's kind of cheeky. It's kind of like funny. It's kind of like your higher power saying to you when you're in a frazzled state and everything's like going haywire. It's like they're saying, how about you just check out of this hotel room? Walk down the hallway, couple doors to the left. I'm seeing room number 8. Walk into room number 8. Totally different reality. Higher vibrational reality. Where as you give into yourself, the world gives back into you. That is so counterintuitive. I am a very I have a lot of drive. Like, I'm somebody who really puts a lot of energy into things. So this has been challenging for me to learn through the years. To learn to receive. Like, the universe wants to give you a gift, and it's the gift of balance. It's the gift of, as you just simply focus on feeding into yourself, not only will you begin to feel more satisfied and happy and grateful with your current life circumstances, but everything else around you will begin to somehow like give to you as well. It seems like how is that a thing? Like, how is that possible? It seems like I have to work more. It seems like I have to do more. And guys, this is not like a divine feminine thing. It is a divine feminine principle, but you don't have to be a divine feminine, right? This is a universal law that as you feed into yourself and ground yourself and take care of yourself, it is not selfish. It's the most selfless thing you can do, because you are creating a reality in which everything runs like a well-oiled machine. It's helping everybody else without you doing anything. It's like by you taking off your hands off the reins, you're actually moving to the side and letting the people who know what they're doing do that. You're letting the higher ups actually slot in to all of those different slots, all the shit that you're trying to keep up with, that you're so burnt out doing, you and me both. Suddenly, things like, it's like everybody is gonna have a position. Like, I'm just seeing all the angels gathering and everything just gets done. It's like you leave at 7:02 thinking you're late. Your alarm was to leave at 7. You leave at 7:02. But since you left at 7:02, you get through like some sort of crazy traffic jam because you were like a little bit late. Or you end up avoiding some like crazy situation like at the office because you walked into the meeting a little bit late. And your friend's like, oh my God, you just like missed this like crazy ass thing. Like, I'm so glad you weren't here, because she was like freaking out and like whatever. It's because when you treat yourself like the 9 of Pentacles, you know that this is how I see it. This should be everybody. This is not for special people. This is not like for chosen ones and stuff like that. I do believe people have specific like missions in this life. I do believe in that. But this is not this sort of stuff, this universal law stuff that we're talking about today, and meditating and calming the mind and manifestation and all of that. It's for everybody, guys. So it's not like, oh, I don't deserve that, or I'm not good enough for that. Everybody deserves this. This is a base level of prosperity and groundedness that every single person deserves just for being born. My opinion. Card number 3 for the collective, the Magician. This is the quintessential card of manifestation. You're going to find that this is the steps that we were talking about earlier, where it's like step 1, get to this land of milk and honey. Put that as the top priority today. Don't try to take any more like courses. Don't try to fill up your schedule any more than it already is. Trying to, make more money, or, like, just everybody, we need to calm down. The world is, we are running on the hamster wheel of chaos. It's like the ride of doom that nobody can get off. Like you're stuck forever on some crazy ass death machine, demon machine that you can't escape. And all the demons are laughing and all the children are crying, and it's like a bad trip or something. This is the first step. Doesn't cost any money. Quieting the mind. Then in that space, it's like you will find things to be grateful for. They'll be handed to you. These ideas or these concepts or these feelings, really, it would be more feelings with the Knight of Cups. It's like suddenly you're just going to start to feel like, oh my God, it's a nice day today. I'm grateful for today. You're going to start to feel these positive sensations rising up with the Knight of Cups. From that place, as you continue to cultivate that, you will find that you will be given things, that life will begin to reward you, that this is your positive energy just being mirrored back to you again and again through strangers, through good deeds, through positive energy. Like things are just going to continue to snowball. And as your life starts to feel better and better, then we can actually begin to manifest better and more, and the bigger house you want, and it's going to be a step-by-step thing, though. It's not just like, where's my manifestation? We need to become the magician, and becoming the magician is like what we're talking about today. It's all of this stuff. It's all of this mental prep work. You don't just wake up as the magician. This is something that has to be programmed, and this can take a while to get to this magician stance. I feel like we just throw around the magician card, but this is a high spiritual level. Like to become a magician, and then a step further for me would be to become an alchemist, which would be more the temperance card. I almost said tempest, like waves, like the ocean. It's like learning how to calm your emotions and all of that stuff, that self-discipline and everything. To me, that's magician stuff. That's all magician. This is Mercury energy. This is Gemini and Virgo stuff. This is mental energy with the King of Swords. Manifestations start in the mind and they're expressed out into the world. Like the Chariot is the magician as well. Like this guy is the magician. He's the one who's moving the manifestation forward. This is like your higher self or your future self. This is you manifesting something. This is the manifestation on another timeline already happening as you're manifesting it. Like it's instant. The second you manifest something and bring it down as above, so below, it does exist. You're just not seeing it yet. It exists somewhere though. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And this guy is driving the chariot to the location that this manifestation exists. So it's kind of like an aspect of you is the one that's kind of like bringing it back or bringing it down. Like he's the one. He's number 7 and the magician is number 1. So he's like ahead of the game, going and kind of bringing it down. But really, I kind of see this as this card, this chariot can go between dimensional realities. It can hop timelines. It can get you in this vehicle and bring you somewhere else, even if you feel like you're still in this reality. It can transition you somewhere else. It can begin to do the work of the manifestation, even if you're not seeing it physically, tangibly yet. It's going to start as thoughts or feelings. So anything else in conclusion here? Knight of Cups, 6 of Pentacles with the Magician. I mean, this is a glorious spread, guys. This just shows the power of the mind, the power of gratitude with the 9 of Cups. Lots of 9s coming through today with the 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 9 of Wands. 9s are the end of a cycle. So we can be putting the end... this could be part of what this message is, putting an end to an old cycle of ungratitude and like things not working or, things not being what we want them to be. Of course, they're not what we want them to be, right? We're always going to feel like that. Even if you get the next thing you want it to be, eventually you're going to want something else. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you guys. It's all about the way we look at it. And the longer we go not getting something we want, that would be 9 of Wands. That would make us start to feel like we're losing hope and stuff. But every day is a new day. Even if it's been 9 years and you haven't gotten the thing that you wanted, wake up today and just erase all of that. I know it's easier said than done. People get so pissed at me when I say stuff like that, but you guys don't understand. This is me saying this. I'm not some fake fucking liar in your face telling you to do shit that I don't do. I have barely fucking survived my life. The stuff I have been through would surprise you, really. So I'm saying just delete 9 years of your life, not because I'm some insensitive, spiritual bypassing liar that doesn't do any of the things I preach, but because I have done it myself. And the only way I have even gotten to this position, well, is through everything that I've taught today, that I've shared, really. From my personal life experience, without any condescending tones or any of that shit. We have the world popping out. I feel like that's what this is. It's the end of a negative cycle, and it's because you are embracing gratitude and positive energy and giving that cup of water to yourself. 6 of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords. See, this is going to be like, you're going to be like, what? It's going to be like crazy, guys. You're going to be mentally blown away. See how she has her hand out? It's like, let's erase this guy and put her here instead. It's like she has her hand out, reaching for. I look at this guy as like God, like the higher power of the universe giving to us as accordance to the law of reciprocity, which is you reap what you sow. Good karma, like what you give out, you'll get back. See, she has her hand out expecting for the gift. See, she's waiting for this Knight of Cups to arrive with the cup of water. That's the land of milk and honey. That is the law of assumption, assuming that everything is always working out for me, even if it looks the complete fucking opposite. The bank account's low, the toxic people are surrounding me, whatever it could be for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could look totally bleak. But this is the secret. This is the power. This is what every spiritual teacher is going to teach you, and I'll save you 40 hours of classes. It's this. It's assuming out of a higher state of thought that you yourself have brought yourself to. Nobody baptized you in the name of the Lord or any of that. You don't have to go to any crazy revivals or conferences or any of that shit. You know, you don't need anything fancy. It's your own mind making up its mind. I'm gonna have an awakening, and this is how I get there. Whoa, I don't even need anything crazy to happen or pay $5,000 for all this stuff that I could just do by sitting quietly in my office right now and assume that the world is giving to me, right? And since it's the Queen of Swords, she's kind of skeptical. You know what I'm saying? So you could even be kind of like, I don't even know if this could all be bullshit. I don't really know. She could even be like, this is all kind of bullshit. But like secretly in the back corner of her mind, she's like, but what if? What if that crazy ass tarot lady is right? Missy Gordon. What if that crazy ass tarot lady with her weird show actually has a point? And it's like all of a sudden the world begins to give to you because you give to yourself, even if it's 5 minutes of conscious awareness. I haven't even gotten to the manifestation yet. That's the next step. I would just say don't even bother with that yet. Fix the problem at hand. If you want, like, say you want like a partner or something like that, but literally right now in the kitchen as we speak, the pipes are exploding in the sink and there's water going all over the kitchen floor. Am I going to be focusing on manifesting a partner, or am I going to make sure I go like handle that situation in the kitchen? First things first. Let's get into this space. Then you'll be given the partner. You're not even going to have to go on any stupid dating apps and go on a bunch of dates with a bunch of people you don't even like. Your higher power will hand deliver the perfect person to you that matches you. Wouldn't you rather that than do all that crazy rigmarole anyway? Like, things will be given to you. But this is the law of reciprocity. You need to first give it to yourself. And giving to yourself is just being in a state of awareness, conscious awareness, and peace, and gratitude, and receptivity. So that you can even receive the gifts. You might think the love of your life is a player because that's what you've dealt with before. It's like they're right here. The universe is hand delivering them, and it's like, no, I'm not going to take that because like I don't believe I don't believe something good could be given to me. Well, that's why this stuff is a step by step. And you and me both, guys. I'm not calling anybody out. This is all me too, honey. Don't you worry. But I've done a lot of healing on myself with the star, and that's why I can talk about it. That's why I know, because it's, like I said, it's personal experience. It's not just me reading some Eckhart Tolle book and then reciting it, parroting it to you, thinking I know something that I don't. I know this for myself. I've done it 1,000 times. I've always believed in this. I had my own views of these concepts back when I was a Christian minister and when I was a Christian my entire life. I would have taught them differently back then. I wouldn't have used like the law of reciprocity and all that. I use different terminology now, but I've always believed in this. God has always taken care of me because I have been in that receptive mode of even when I had nothing and I was being abused and I was like trigger warning, like cutting myself and all this crazy shit and like on drugs and struggling with drinking. And this was years ago. Because people love to be like, oh my God, she's like so messed up. It's like, guys, I'm telling you my story. I'm opening up and being vulnerable and sharing something with you that matters to me. I'd appreciate a little bit of respect on it, just like I'd give to you, right? It will be hand delivered to you, Knight of Cups. And finally, the Magician. It's like all your dreams can come true, true, if you only believe, right? The Magician. Close on this. I didn't mean to make this one so long, guys. I guess I had more to say than I thought. The Magician. All right. The Hierophant in the reverse flew out and it landed right on top of the Knight of Cups. See, this is crazy because for some of you, and a lot of people are manifesting a lot of different things. For some of you, it's like I said, there's literally like the love of your life coming in, but, and this could be you or them, but I feel like who I'm talking to is like my people, like my collective, like I identify with this is what I'm trying to say. Is maybe even feeling like non-committal or like not wanting to go there or something emotionally because we're not in like the right state to receive a gift. It's like we think it's a fake. It's like the universe is like, all right, here's a raise, here's a promotion. You're going to be making $90,000 a year now. And we're just like, I'm not trusting that shit. I know that's fake as fuck. I'm swearing a lot in this one. I'm sorry, guys. With the devil. And to me, the Hierophant in the reverse especially is like negative beliefs that are impacting you. And with the devil, it's toxic thoughts, repetitive thoughts, traumatic stuff, rumination. And, you know, guys, if we need help to process through this stuff, I always recommend getting outside help, even if that's like spiritual help, right? It doesn't always have to be cognitive therapy. It doesn't have to be traditional cognitive therapy, although, you know, that did help me at different times in my life. But you could even do like research, right? Like on the internet to help you, like say it is like a commitment thing, or maybe you're like an avoidant attachment style or something like that. And you have this like beautiful, amazing person coming in that like sees you as their world. And there's like a side of you that weirdly is like pulling away from it. But I feel like that's more because of the skeptical, like, well, things didn't really work out for me like that in the past, but they do now because of the law of assumption. Everything is always working out for me. Of course, the universe is going to hand deliver some amazing high vibrational partner that I can connect with on a deep spiritual plane that I've never connected with all these fucking losers in the past. Right? Like, this is what this is about. But we're going to have bumps in the road. Shit's going to come up. You're going to feel like your beliefs are being challenged. And that's actually a good thing. It's because they're being reintegrated. You're overwriting. You're overruling this past bullshit. Right? That's what this is. Right? But since it fell on top of the Knight of Cups, it could definitely be love-based for people here, but it doesn't have to be. Like I said, this is a high vibrational angelic messenger. See the wings? This is like an angel hand delivering you something good. This is good news. This is positive. This is not a lie. This is real. This is not to... This is not a trick. This is not a trap. There's no like trap or trick cards or anything like that. The only trap trap and trick is this devil energy, which is all of this stuff coming up from the past. I mean, you could literally have somebody like interested in you, but they could even possibly feel like there's mixed signals or something because it's this interim. You could be in the midst of skeptically coming into this mode that we've been talking about, living in the land of milk and honey with the Queen of Swords. But look, guys, we have the King and the Queen of Swords here. Like, if this is a person for you, this person, you guys will be able to have like deep conversations. Like, these are, and you might even really like look up to this person because look how much bigger he is than her. It kind of feels like she could just like rest a little bit because he kind of like has it taken care of. Like, it kind of seems like she can kind of just cuddle up with this guy and he kind of like has a plan. And I mean, she always has a plan too. She's the Queen of Swords, but it's like Spirit wants to bring you someone, guys, if you're looking for love, that takes some burden off of you. Whatever gender you are, and or whoever you're interested in, guys. This goes both ways. Like, I don't believe anything should ever be one way or one extreme of the polarities of the genders. Like, anyways, anything else on that? Because I feel like for some of you, what this is what you wants you. Like, it's watching you. Your manifestation, whether it's a person, whether it's money, job, move, whatever, it is watching you. But we have to like let it in. And I love how the Queen of Swords, even though she is very skeptical with things because she is so smart, like she is very discerning spiritually as well. It's not just mental, it's also spiritual with the Queen of Swords. She sees above the clouds. She sees spiritually. I love her because she does have her hand out. Like, she's not just a cold ice queen. She's opening her hands to the divine, right? So she is in receptive mode. She is in receiving. Anything else on that Hierophant in the reverse? I know I said that was the last one. It's like, I feel like I could go forever sometimes. Yeah, Five of Swords. This could even be old mental patterns coming up, like I said, with the devil, that you could even feel like you're a runner. And it doesn't have to just be that, guys. But with the Fool and the Sun, you're jumping into a high vibration here, and really the only thing that can cut down these glorious grapes is you. Like, yeah, other people can discourage us and stuff. Like, this came out at the beginning. Remember the Five of Swords? The only people that can really truly prune all of our bushes is us, because we allow these assholes in. Or even if we've cut everybody out, because the Queen of Swords tends to do that. She has very strong, healthy boundaries. Even if we've cut all these toxic people out and we're in a much better place in our life, this crap can still pop up at any time that can make us doubt ourselves or make us want to, like, refuse something before it even begins. Like, I'm not even going to get my hopes up. I'm not even going to believe that love exists, or that I could have like a prosperous life or a better job, or I could move somewhere and feel better in a better environment. I'm seeing something about moving to like a warmer environment with the sun, or warm could also be an analogy for just like a loving environment, somebody that loves and actually cares about you and wants to see you grow and expand, instead of trying to like sneakily push you down and like come against your achievements and betray you in the darkness and stuff. It's like, that's why it goes all back to the beginning. It goes all back to beliefs. It goes back to your own personal land of milk and honey. Because if we don't get that shit right, it's gonna all be a mess out here. Like, someone could be amazing and we could actually end up being the villain in their story and hurt them, right? It's not always about like all these big bad monsters out here coming against us, and a lot of us have been victims, and I'm not downplaying that. I'm just saying the most control, speaking of the devil, that you will ever have is over yourself. If you really want control over your life, it's not about controlling other people. It's not about making more money. It's not about moving to some magical place that'll fix all your problems. It's about yourself right where you are, sitting in the parking lot, wherever you are right now. I'm seeing like somebody just sitting in a parking lot. Like everybody, it looks like an insurance building or something. Like everybody already left to go home after work, and I'm seeing somebody sitting there at like 7:15 p.m. listening to an audiobook in their car. Like even if you have to do that, like you can't focus at home or something, do what you have to do. I've done stuff like that for years, guys. Make stuff work for you. Do little things like that so you can focus. Because if you can get a hold of your mind, you and me both, everything else will literally fall into place. Because this is pentacles. This is practical. This is not some out there wishful thinking. This is real world stuff being given to you, handed to you, brought to you. But technically, you're the one who manifested it. But it happens by default after a while because we train ourselves to be in this receptive mode and be in this reciprocity with ourselves and the universe. So we are expecting good things. We are assuming all the lights will be green. We are assuming that the next person coming in will be the love of our lives. We are assuming that all of these abundant opportunities are coming our way. All right, I think we got it. All right, guys, I love you. I love you. I'm proud of everybody. It's been Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. And if you would like to listen to today's episode or any of my other episodes on the Metamystic Show, you can always listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. EST. Much love to everybody. Thank you to those who donate and support the show. It really makes a difference. Thank you so much, you guys. Really appreciate you. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can send me an email. I'd be glad to read for you. I can even just do a general reading for you if you don't have a specific question. So just let me know if you're interested. Thank you to everybody, and I will see you on the next one.